Patrikios291 here, and welcome back to another video! I have a feeling that I'm going to get a lot of heat for this one, but I feel like it has to be said. I'm assuming that most of you are in the loop about all of the trailers that have been coming out recently, and since I've made my video on the two of them, I was definitely wrong when I said that we probably weren't going to get any more canon teasers. But there's one in particular that caused quite a stir within the fandom. Gloob recently released a teaser showing Marinette and Luka together, and boy, it has not been received well. I've read a lot of comments, particularly on TikTok, being extremely hostile towards Luka, and a lot of people are freaking out that Lukanet might be canon now. As you all may or may not know, when Miraculous Ladybug first aired on television in 2015, apps like TikTok did not exist. Since then, TikTok has become mainstream, and I have seen all sorts of communities and people on there. As of late, I've been seeing more and more Miraculous Ladybug TikToks popping up on my For You page, and I've noticed that there is a huge surge of new fans because of it. One thing I've noticed though is that unlike some of the more long-term fans like me that have been in the fandom for around 4 to 6 years now, newer fans are somewhat unaware of where the show is going to go. I believe that I showed this tweet a couple of years ago on my channel before, but I'm gonna show it here again. In this tweet, Thomas confirms that Agenet will become canon at some point. The phrase, "at some point," is somewhat concerning, yes, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's look at this logically. One of the main plot points of the show is Marinette and Adrian's relationship and their feelings for one another. For them not to get together in the end would cause a huge uproar within the fandom. For why would the show have gone through all the trouble of teasing their relationship for years on Twitter and in teasers? For the show writer's sake, it would be, well, catastrophic. But that's not the reason why I've made this video. Let's go back to when I was talking about the new fans. It is understandable that they most likely are unaware of Thomas's tweet, and I've noticed that Luka and Kagami are getting a lot of hate. But this isn't news though. Sadly, ever since their introduction a few years ago, people have directed unnecessary hate towards them. And we all know why. Also, before I go any further, I'm asking that you please listen to what I have to say before you comment on the video. I know that there are a lot of people that don't like Luka and Kagami, but I ask that you give me a chance. So now, let's move on. The fact that these two characters are romantically interested in the protagonists creates a huge target on their back. And there is a huge community of fans within the fandom who believe that it's Agenet or bust. You see, I would be fine with this if they were horrible people. But that's just it. They aren't. A lot of people forget, Lila and Chloe are also interested in Adrian. They are horrible people canonically. They deserve the hate. Also, off topic, but I will forever be salty about Chloe's butchered character arc. Back to what I was saying, what irks me the most though is that niche group of toxic Agenet shippers who seem to nip at the ankles of anyone who even breathes the word Lukanet or Agenet. I'm gonna show some examples of what I mean. It wasn't very hard for me to find ship hate comments, and what I'm going to show first is some posts from some of the most popular Miraculous Ladybug artists, such as Eden Daphne, Luna Bean, and Katie Doodles. With how many comments they get on a post, I can only imagine how much ship hate they get when they post Lukanet or Agenet fan art. Because they all have posted fan art of them, and we all know how the community can be. If you look at these posts, all of them have to separately note in their descriptions that they will delete ship hate. Seriously? It makes me sad that they even have to include these notes in the first place. Here are some specific examples of the kinds of comments that these posts get. Let's look at this lovely Lukanet fan art that Katie Doodles has made. And here is a comment that Katie has kindly pinned at the top of the comment section for all to see. Like your enthusiasm, but there was no reason to fix the scene. Can you just allow people to have a movie that further helps Agenet grow? Please respect the special. Some people, man, I swear. Here's some more wonderful comments from a user on the same post. What the f***? And then they proceed to follow it with 3 expressionless straight faces. As you can see, the comment was rude. It added no constructive criticism at all. The comment was completely unnecessary, and it makes me sad to see how people are okay with commenting things like this. Here is another lovely post by Katie. Let's look at one of the lovely comments, shall we? I hate her in the ship, but I liked it for art is beautiful. There's literally no need to hate on Kagami in the ship. Just say you like the work. You don't need to say you don't like what other people ship. What the second person said is exactly what I feel toxic Agenet shippers don't understand. People don't want to hear if you like their ship or not. It doesn't add anything, and all it does is just spread unnecessary negativity. Here are some comments that I've gathered from my own comment sections and others. I hate Lukanet and Luka. This shouldn't be happening. So as you can see here, these exist just to hate on Lukanet. But I would like to make one thing clear. I am not saying that everyone who doesn't like Lukanet or Abrami aren't allowed to dislike the ship, for if I did, then I would be just as bad as everyone who gatekeeps other ships. What isn't okay, however, is the act of unnecessarily hating on other people's work and people in general who like ships other than one's own. There are thousands of examples of people who dislike Luka and Kagami for valid reasons, like this user here. Okay, maybe unpopular opinion here, but I don't like Luka, nor do I believe he should have that much time dedicated to him in the grand scheme of things. I say this because Luka is really boring to me. He feels like a plot device, a thing to add extra conflict to the show. It's like his only purpose is to give Marinette character development, but that would be giving the show too much credit. This user has a legitimate reason for disliking Luka and Lukanet, and there are many like them. But sadly, there are a lot of people unlike them, and that is where the problem lies. I bet that if Kagami and Luka were not interested in the main characters, they would definitely be fan favorites. They already somewhat are, but it feels like they get just as much hate as they do love. In my own opinion...
And I'm not supposed to give my opinion, but this is probably one of the most gravest offenses of all time.
These two have done nothing in the show to elicit such hate. Luka has been nothing but supportive of Marinette and his sister, and has always shown kindness to others. Kagami, on the other hand, is misunderstood in my opinion. A common perception of her is that she is self-absorbed and brash, but I disagree. Let me explain. A lot of people originally gained this perception from Frozer, when she says this line to Marinette: "The only reason you can't stay on your feet is your hesitation. I never hesitate." Yes, the way it came out definitely didn't seem very positive, but here is what Thomas Astrid himself had to say about it. Shortly after the episode came out, this tweet was made. Is Kagami supposed to be rude to Marinette? Because some people say that she didn't say what she said in a mean way. And then Thomas Astrid replied, I don't think she's rude. She just knows what she wants and speaks her mind. She helped Marinette to stand up and gave her an advice she needs indeed. So as we can see here, even Thomas Astrid himself doesn't think that Kagami was trying to be rude in this scene. And it's clear later in Ikari Goes In that being happy and smiley isn't Kagami's strong suit, for Kagami is a lot like Adrian in that way. From the looks of it, they had very similar upbringings, and Kagami has most likely lacked a loving parental figure much longer than Adrian has. She probably has no idea how to show romantic and platonic affection to other people, because how could she? The only person that she had in her phone is her mom. Take this scene from Ikari Goes In. And there's only one number in her list of contacts. Her mom's. She doesn't even have Adrian's number? Oh shoot, this is what Kagami was looking at. 30 tips for making friends. That explains everything. Her strange behavior, her weird questions. Kagami was just trying to be your friend. Throughout Ikari Goes In, all Kagami wanted to do was be Marinette's friend. I've seen a lot of people say that they don't like her because she made Marinette sad a couple of times, but I would argue that Marinette has treated her a lot worse. In Anamaestro, she teamed up with Chloe to sabotage her and embarrass her in front of everyone just so Adrian maybe wouldn't like her anymore. And then throughout the entire first half of Ikari Goes In, she talks crap about Kagami behind her back to Alia and then snoops through her phone as soon as Kagami gives it to her. And in the season finale of season 3, she abuses her power as Ladybug and pulls Kagami away while she is alone with Adrian to give her a miraculous. Seriously? It makes me sad to see how Kagami gets so much hate seemingly because she isn't all bubbly and preppy and is romantically involved with Adrian. And I just wish that people would give her a chance. We all know that logically they are not going to end up together anyway, so why not enjoy the ride? Plus, I feel like Adrian and Kagami are good for one another right now because they both understand each other through their upbringings that no other character in the show could. I find it nice that Adrian has someone who he can confide in about his home life and have someone who truly understands what he's going through. I know that I'm probably gonna get flamed for that last part, but I wanted to express my own point of view on the relationship. A lot of you may be aware of the talk of how Agerami and Lukanet are going to be a main focus of season 4. But before the season airs, I want to ask one thing from all of you. I'm asking you to give them a chance. I know that a lot of you dislike these ships for valid reasons, and I am not in any way asking you to like them if you don't want to. But what I am asking is for you to trust the process. But if the show writers somehow find a way to screw this up and destroy their characters like they did Chloe, then you bet that I will be the first one to bust out the ban hammer and ban the show writers from writing another season, because they cannot be trusted at that point. But anyway, that is all I have to say for now. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about Lukanet and Agenet coming up in season 4? Do you like Kagami and Luka? If not, why? If you do, why? I would love to hear your opinions. And here is a gentle reminder to please be respectful in the comments, for there's going to be no ship hate in this comment section, you hear? So that's it for now. I hope you all enjoyed. My name is Patrikios91, and I will see you all later. Goodbye!